Hello and welcome to the Transfer Lowdown. This is Back in the Net. My name's Sam Davis.
My name's Tom Jordan.
And I feel as though we need a bit of a lowdown because, Tom, I've had a bit of a headache recently.
I'm not surprised, mate. I'm not surprised. What do you want? Paracetamol?
You know what I need? I need a tier list.
That's
no
that.
paracetamol will sort this. And a tier list on this show, we're going to be sorting the wheat from the chaff. Well, look, we've had so many rumours, nearly done deals. We've had press speculation, Twitter tittle-tattle, and to be honest, mate, I've been losing track of what's going on. It's been a mental January window, hasn't it?
It has, mate. Bring back Shane Long. You know, that was all we had to worry about a few years ago. But yeah, it does seem a little bit crazy at the moment. Expected as well. Recent form and new ownership. So kind of expected, but as you say, mate, it's really hard to keep track of what's going on.
And when you see so much going on, it's really difficult to know which journalists are real. There are so many fake journalists on Twitter, and you're like, Andy Turnswood, who the hell is he? Fake. Apparently works for Radio Solent. Chris Temple called him out, so did I. There was another guy as well that I called out. And you're kind of retweeting this stuff, and then it just builds the momentum of something that isn't happening. With that in mind, there is a Telegram group that has been set up to sort the wheat from the chaff with only clarified information, stuff that's been verified by the club or the media sources that we know and trust. We're talking Chris Temple, we're talking Mark McAdam, also Alex Crook to some extent as well. It's on Telegram if you haven't got it. It is basically a WhatsApp with a bit more control. You can join at t.me/AFC Bournemouth. The address is at the bottom of the screen, but certainly we know the guys that are behind it as well. We're contributing to it too. Why not sign up? Because you'll get all of the information there first. You know what's also on Telegram, mate?
What's that, mate?
The Back of the Net membership group.
Great group.
We have these monthly legends. Look, we have one-off legends as well, people who donate one-off to the channel, but also people that donate regularly too.
Yeah, it means a lot, doesn't it?
It does mean a lot. And what we do is we put them on a chat group, we post all our bloopers, first looks of some videos. You're the one that's doing all the bloopers, right?
Of course, of course.
It's me. So bad. And also show input as well and much more. Look, if you want to be part of it, what we also do is do a monthly giveaway for all our members of a random prize. This month, Tom, look what we got.
Oh, a little sticker. Oh, I used to love the old sticker albums.
Thanks to the guys at Panini, we have got the 2023 Premier League album, mate. This brings back some memories, doesn't it?
Yeah, I've still got one from the '98 season. It's gold Panini one. Yeah, I used to love doing all that.
Absolutely super. And you know, not just that, by the way, not just that. We've also got 10 sets of stickers to give away as well. I was trying to find Bournemouth, but it's actually A for AFC. Well done, Panini. Yeah, love that from you. So look, there you go.
Is there like a... What have we got in there? We've got a whole squad in there. That's good. Got a little formation bit in there.
It's superb.
A few little stats in there. No, I quite like that.
And look, we've given this away to one of our monthly, and look, all these as well. All these. And look, we've got them an amazing AFC Bournemouth tube map print. You have to see it to believe it. And that's just a free giveaway. Every month there's a new thing. Just for being a monthly member, can start off for £3. You get put on our chat group. We'll tell you which pre-match pubs we're going to as well to help out with your away day. So if you want to join, yeah, it's afcbpodcast.com/coffee. Our plans for deadline day, mate. This is where it all starts with this lowdown. But tomorrow, down at Dean Court, right. We're going to be chatting to the journalists that report the information, getting some rumours, conjecture, and if it needs it, a live show tomorrow as well, mate.
Yeah, we're having to play a lot of it by ear, aren't we? Because we just don't know what's happening. There was, not long ago, I thought, we'll have it all done by deadline day. Now I'm thinking it could be a mad deadline day again. What was it last year? Was it 5 on deadline day? Yeah. It could be another one. Who knows? But yeah, exciting to some degree anyway.
So, look. We've had so many rumours, and Tom, click your fingers, because what we're going to bring up is the tier list. And what we've got here is all the people that we've been linked with incoming. We'll talk about the outgoings a bit later on in the show. So, look, there are some faces there that some of you will know, some of you might not know, but also 5 categories as well, Tom. What are they? Yeah,
we'll start off with done deal, obviously at the top, which is it's all signed, sealed and delivered. Right at the top. Then we go on the cards. So on the cards, be like that looks very likely. Trying to get that one done, and maybe for one reason or another it hasn't been done yet or at all. We've gone seems legit in the middle, so that will probably be, as you mentioned earlier, from reliable sources. So it seems like there's legitimate interest there. Then we've got paper talk, which is kind of your general rumours, and you think, oh, there might be a link, not sure, is it really materialised? And then at the bottom we got wide of the mark, so maybe bits that were just kind of loose links that nothing really happened. So we have to try and put them all in there, aren't we?
Twitter, tittle tattle, football Twitter, that's what I'm talking about there. So first person we've got, I've never heard of an Argentinian called Alan before, but apparently I have. Alan Varela, mate. He plays as a central midfielder for Boca Juniors. He's 21 years old, mate. And where do these rumours come from?
I'm not even 100% sure, to be fair, because at first I thought, oh, there was a few little, as you say, like kind of Twitter links. Then I think there were a few little sources coming out. Don't know how legitimate they were. Then it went a bit quiet again. It was one of them ones that seemed to start picking up some momentum and then died again. So I'm not 100% sure how legitimate it is, to be honest with you. So it's going to have to go in paper talk, I think.
Yeah.
Whack him in paper talk, but unless anything else kind of... I mean, I'm thinking we're going to do this video and then as soon as we come off, all of these are going to change for how it's going at the moment. But at the moment, I'd say that's just a paper talky type rumour.
Okay, next we got Alex Scott. Tell you what, Football Focus, I think she's absolutely brilliant. Did a really good job on the FA Cup coverage.
No.
What?
No, he plays for Bristol City. There's another one. Another one, yeah. And not the one we signed either. There's another Bristol City player, youngster, called Alex Scott, that we've been rumoured.
He was born in Guernsey and he represents England at youth level, midfielder for the Robins as well, and highly rated.
Yeah, it sounds like a few clubs have kind of been sniffing around for a while, because he's been on clubs' radars for a long time.
We love a Bristol City youngster, don't
we? We do, and he's, as I say, he's kind of very highly thought of. I think at the moment Bristol City, it doesn't quite look like they're on the cusp of that Premier League, so he might take the jump at some point. But as for legitimacy, I think it's just another one that's kind of, he's a young player in the Championship. There's a few clubs going for him. It's another one that I think whack straight in paper talk, mate. Could be one in the future, but not for now, I don't think.
Yeah, okay, so that's going in paper talk as well. Next we got Anthony Elanga as well, Swedish footballer, plays for Manchester United, and he's been with the youth system at United since he was about 12 years old. Won a Young Player of the Year in 2020. Highly rated, one for the future at Old Trafford. What was the link there? Was that a loan move? Or?
Yeah, I think what's basically happened is Elanga looks like he's been made available for loan because he's not getting enough minutes and probably wants to go and play some minutes. But some of the clubs linked, you're talking Borussia Dortmund and some big clubs, I think this one's wide of the mark. I think this is just one of them ones that he's available on loan, Bournemouth could do with some players and put two and two together. I don't think there's actually any legitimate link there. So yeah, put that one in wide of the mark. But if that changed, I wouldn't be against it.
But next we got a done deal, mate.
Antoine Semenyo.
Yeah, that's right.
Right in the top, mate.
Yeah, he's come from Bristol City, striker. So it'll be interesting to see how he fits in and what happens to Kiefer Moore, what role he plays thereafter. Yeah,
it's kind of one of them ones again that, as you say, striker that can play off wide positions as well. So in that kind of front three, if you like, not prolific in terms of goals, but I think if you see Bristol City are gutted, they're all kind of like he was always going to move at some point, but they're gutted to lose him. They said that if he was in a stronger Championship side, you would have seen the numbers.
Would he have played with Lloyd Kelly at any point, do you think?
Yeah, I think there would have been a crossover, wouldn't there? Yeah, I would have thought so. But sounds like really athletic, gets up the pitch. And yeah, it's not one that I'm certainly kind of turning my nose up at just because he's come from the Championship. See Marcus Tavernier for reference, do you know what I mean, that we're really missing at the moment. So could be a good one, and it feels like we've been after him for ages. Yeah. But he's still only young, so yeah, good side in that one, mate. I'm glad we got one over the line.
Next.
Who we got next? Oh, God.
Oh, no, what a transfer saga, what a weird thing that was going on there. We thought we were confident of getting him, but then it looked like he was flying to the UK in order to chat to many Premier League clubs. And you know what? He had photos. He was at Goodison Park. He had the chats. He was about to be unveiled as a Toffee, and then from Toffee to Tottenham. And he scored for them already in the FA Cup in their recent win. What a saga that was.
Yeah,
I mean, you sort of look at it, was he even entertaining Bournemouth? Well, apparently we chatted to him.
Yeah, it sounds like it was. I mean, to be fair, I think people are giving him a bit of stick. I mean, we all know what Arnie is, but to be fair to him, if he's got loads of offers on loan, he's going to entertain them all, isn't he? And think, oh, let's weigh up my options. And obviously, in the end, I was quite happy that he's gone to Tottenham because it means he ain't gone to a rival in terms of the relegation scrap. It's a weird one. It felt like it was on the cards, because we had legitimate sources saying we're confident, and then it probably dropped in the seems legit, didn't it? Really, because then obviously it looked like it wasn't going to happen. It looked like Everton ended up being Tottenham. But yeah, we'll be playing against Arnie at some point. But yeah, it was definitely legitimate, but didn't
it was it was a legitimate rumour, but didn't quite pan out for Arnold Danjuma and AFC Bournemouth. Really, we were. I don't know, sometimes I think we've got delusions of grandeur in terms of the size of our club and the pull that it has. We're going after these big names, and really, can we get them?
Yeah.
We seem to entertain them, but it doesn't go much further than that. One of the names that we have been linked with is Azzedine Ounahi, a Moroccan professional footballer. He plays at Marseille in Ligue 1.
We've just signed for Marseille.
But yeah, that's right.
Yes.
So we were linked with him. Previously, he was at...
Angers?
Angers, he was. And then now he's at Marseille. But before that move happened...
There was a few little links.
There were.
Yeah, I think it was a bit of conjecture. I think he had a really good World Cup. Morocco obviously had a really good World Cup, didn't they?
Yeah.
And it was kind of him and Amrabat in the middle. And I think just because... I think the fee was... I think he went to Marseille for about 8 minutes. It wasn't a lot. So I think there was kind of putting 2 and 2 together. Oh, maybe Bournemouth can get in there. But I don't think there was anything that really legitimised it. I think it was a wide of the mark one that was just kind of a bit of Twitter conjecture, really, mate.
Yeah, but
he would have been class, but he's gone to Marseille for a reason. Marseille are a big football club.
When you said Amrabat, do you know much from Maximo Park, the band?
I've heard of them, but I don't know where there's
a song called Acrobat. I am not an Amrabat. There's a song there.
Oh, you thought that was a song there? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're not getting them anyway, so forget that.
Okay. Next, it's time for Bright Osei Samuel. Apparently, this one has been confirmed only today that it probably might not happen. But I saw some high-profile journalists entertaining this one.
Yeah, so I think there was something in this rather than just Twitter nonsense. I think there was something in it. Whether we were just kind of eyeing it up a little bit, maybe an inquiry as to his availability. He's obviously been in England before, played for QPR, could kind of play that wing-back role and also wide midfield. He's a Fenerbahce, isn't he, with Josh King?
Yes, he is, yeah.
So, I think there was some definite interest, but I don't think enough that we actually made the move in the end. Yeah. I wonder if it was one that was kind of on the shelf. So I think whack this one in paper talk, mate, because I think there was a little bit there, but it wasn't quite legitimised. And now, as you say, it looks like that's not going to happen.
Dango Ouattara next, and we all know what's happened to him, so let's just go straight away and put him in done deal. So look, we'll just talk about the effect that he had in that last game, shall we?
Yeah, we've gone and done it, haven't we?
We've gone. Love that from you.
Assist.
Good debut, and arguably could have gotten the score sheet himself in the second half with a couple of chances, one of which went over the stadium, one of which went just over the bar. But yeah, really, really good, and gives our side a bit more balance.
Yeah, no, I liked it. It was a player that was running as fullback, and to be fair, he'd only been in the door a couple of days, so he hasn't really got used to the group, got used to the way we play or anything. So for him to deliver a performance like that was definitely encouraging, mate. So he's certainly one that will help us in the running, I would have thought. And I think I mentioned it after the game, but I do feel like he's got the attributes to maybe play through the middle as well if needed. So yeah, like what he brought, a lot more physicality than I thought. So yeah, excited about him, mate.
Okay, now I hate to move on, mate, but we've signed a great keeper.
Awful for me. This is awful.
It's happened again, mate.
It has. Randolph's in the door, mate, so I always enjoy it when he's on the pitch when we're playing.
You know what? Maybe it's to give the strikers a little bit more of a buzz. I don't know, but look, Darren Randolph, he didn't have much of a good time as keeper for Birmingham City, but then again, later on, we notched a number of goals past him. What was he, West Ham keeper at the time?
Yeah, he's been West Ham,
Look, but maybe for Bournemouth, he's going to be absolutely superb. He's going to give Mark Travers a little bit more to think about, and maybe Neto himself as well. But what's his role?
Yeah, I don't really get it. Just because he takes up a spot and he's going to be the third choice, surely. I'm hearing he's good around the dressing room, and maybe it's a no-brainer because if we're just taking his contract off West Ham, we're not paying a fee, so it would just be his wages. He obviously works with Travers for Ireland in terms of, they're both goalkeepers for Ireland, so there might be a good relationship there. Are they concerned with Neto's injury record and thinking, then we'll just be left with Travers, so a bit of experience there, because otherwise we just have Cameron playing, wouldn't we? And because Dennis has gone out on loan. It surprises me, because even kind of real big clubs, I'm thinking, Arsenal top the league, for example, they have 2 goalkeepers, and then their young goalkeeper is not registered. So it's a surprise, but there's obviously a reason for it, and maybe he's a good character in and around the place and he'll help out. We're yet to see. Maybe something randomly will happen with Travers and he could go out on loan and get minutes.
True,
Don't know, but he's in the door anyway, mate. And I don't expect, and this is nothing against Randolph, I don't really want him to play because that will mean Neto's doing well and staying fit. Yeah. But yeah, he's in the door, mate. Come out of nowhere, really. But yeah, Randolph is in the door.
So we got one player from our sister club, basically an internal appointment via Dango Ouattara, but also from Lorient, Enzo Lefebvre as well. Yeah. He's a midfielder for them, and there were some links to us, but also a couple of other Premier League clubs as well. Were Saints one of them?
Yeah, I believe so. I think he's one that a lot of clubs have been kind of sniffing around because he's highly thought of, and obviously Lorient are doing really well. So a few of their players, because they seem like they're punching above their weight a little bit this season, so a few of their players have been on clubs' radars with Ouattara, and another one we'll probably come on to. But yeah, I think that's another one that was, there might have been some link there, but I think it was another one that was kind of, because of the ownership we have in Lorient and Bill Foley, I think it was just an easy one to put together. I don't think it was ever going to materialise this window. But we'll go paper talk, because I do think there were some sources linking us, but I don't think there was any bid made.
What was Lefebvre that was associated with him, mate? Was it like 15 million euros?
Probably something like that, I would have thought. Yeah, around as similar to Ouattara, maybe not so much. But yeah, he's one that might get a move at some point, whether it'll be us or not, I'm not sure. Don't think it'll be this window.
Did you like my joke?
Yeah, it was brilliant. Carry on.
Hamed Traoré.
Yeah.
Ivorian professional footballer. He's at Sassuolo in Serie A, isn't he?
Played last night. Well, yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
Against AC Milan, got an assist, and he takes set pieces.
That's what we need. I mean, yeah, we haven't had one of them for a long time. Well, certainly one that's not injured.
I was just about to say, yeah, he's junior Stanislas, but actually, wrapped up and ready to go by the looks of it.
22 years old, quite young.
Yeah, about 20 million they're reporting, but actually, this feels like it could happen, mate. It's come out of nowhere, but the links now, Alex Crook, I think Mark Adam, there's been a few bits that are saying, no, this is legitimate. This is 20 million. This looks like Bournemouth going to try and get this done. So this could go on the cards one for where we're sat right now, mate. We could come off this and realise it's all gone south, or it's all done. But it looks like this one's gathering some pace, mate. Don't know an awful lot about him, but numbers and creative attacking midfielder, can play in a number of positions, as I say, set pieces. Could be a good one. Another one, African contingent. So yeah, could be going forward, mate. Could be happening, that one.
That would be superb. Right, next, I apologise for the image on the tier list for Hugo Larsson. I mean, we know he's young. He's a Swedish footballer for what, Malmo?
Yeah, we got good relationship with Malmo.
Great,
we got Ranty from there, didn't we?
Yeah, absolutely superb. Takalo Ranty. We all know what he brought to AFC Bournemouth, and look, he farted in a manager's face later on in his football career as well. What a guy he was. But he is 18 years of old, so that photo makes him look a little bit younger, about 12.
Looks well younger.
11. Yeah. He looks tiny.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, but another one really young, so probably be a future, but one that's been seems to be touted around. I think when you get a youngsters doing well in kind of places like with the Swedish league, they seem to go, oh, can they move to one of the bigger kind of leagues?
Some people have associated him with Kevin De Bruyne. Is that because he looks a bit like Kevin De Bruyne, or does he actually play like him as well?
Yeah, it's exactly the same. The same. But I think it was kind of TalkSport and a few things going, Bournemouth are looking at it. It feels like one that maybe might be more the summer, in my opinion, but it could gather some weight. I think this is in legit. I do think there's some legitimacy here. Whether we'll get it done in this window, I'm not sure, because it feels a little bit more long term. I mean, at that age, coming from Malmo, I don't expect him to come in and take us to another level. But yeah, who knows? We could Hugo and do it.
Yeah, oh!
I tried.
Also, Kamaldeen Sulemana as well, just mainly known as Kamaldeen. Ghanaian, League One player for
Very good.
Rennes.
Yeah. Is that giving you up, Ben?
Ren. And there's been, so I've seen a couple of tweets.
Yeah, it looked
lazy one. This one.
I think so, just because Southampton have been after him. I think there might be a few Premier League clubs looking at him, and I think they just kind of chucked us in as well. I think because we're looking at probably similar players to the likes of Southamptons and West Hams and Evertons. I think Southampton were looking at him, and now I think because Anthony Gordon's gone, Everton might have come in.
Yeah, Everton, saw that just now. On the pulse, that was 28 minutes ago. How do you know this stuff?
Just up here, mate. But so I think we were just kind of chucked in. Yeah. I don't think there's any legitimacy, so I'm going to go wide of the mark. But Yeah, who knows?
Wide of the mark. Okay, next we've got Marshall Munetzi as well. I don't know anything about this guy, mate, but he's also in the French league for Reims. How do you know anything about it?
No, I ain't got a bloody clue, and I don't know where this come from. I ain't got a clue. I like the alliteration in his name.
Yeah.
Zimbabwe, is that the link because of Jay-Z?
Yeah, possibly.
Is that and that's him there?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about him, and I want to know more. But it does feel like a wide of the mark one that was just kind of chucked out of nowhere, to be honest with you. There wasn't a lot about him.
26 years old.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let's go to news. Let's see what we got here. Bournemouth and Watford, Burnley keeping an eye on him.
And that was just in the papers, wasn't it, in France?
Get French Football News. Yeah, that's that legitimate source there.
There's a few bits and bobs.
Tittle tattle, mate.
Let's go wide of the mark for Marshall. What was it? Munetzi. Let's put him in that. If we sign him, I know everything about him. He's class. But yeah, I haven't seen an awful lot on that one, though.
Hey, what about Keylor Navas?
Keylor Navas. I mean, it looks like he might even be going to Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
Now I know there's a few clubs kind of looking at him. I think as soon as we got Randolph through the door, I thought, well, this is nothing anyway. Yeah. It seemed like it was just one that he might be available, and Bournemouth were looking at maybe experienced goalkeepers. We ended up getting Randolph.
I mean,
so that's Darwin.
36 years old, bit old.
Yeah, it's the same age as Randolph.
Yeah.
But
good age.
But no, I think that was one that was just kind of, we were chucked in the mix. Don't think that was ever going to happen. I got to whack that wide of the mark, haven't we?
Yeah, wide of the mark.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, let's move on then to Matthias Wiener. He plays for Roma. Really, we should be asking our resident Cherries / Italian football fan, Filippo, who's a fan of Roma, for his opinion on that. He's certainly been given some exclusive opinion on that to our Telegram group that I put on a few days ago. So if you're a member of our private back of the neck, all of the perks, mate. We've got our Italian football correspondent giving us the background information on him. But Wiener, though, mate, is it going to happen?
I think it will. I mean, it
wasn't, and then it looked like it was. But didn't it depend on another...
Well, they wanted a replacement, I think. By the sounds of it, Roma went, we can't afford to let him go unless we get someone through the door. And weirdly, Leeds look like they've helped us.
Yes, yeah. We all love Leeds.
Yeah, because I think it's Lorente in it that's going out there on loan with an option to buy or an obligation to buy.
Yeah.
It looks like Wiener will be coming. It looks like it will be a loan.
But he's a left-sided defender.
Yeah, left back. So, I mean, really, I obviously love Jay-Z, but he's the only natural left back we have. Kelly can fill in there, Smith can fill in there.
Jack Stacey's played there before, mate.
Yeah, but we probably need someone a little bit more natural there and a bit... he played in the World Cup for Uruguay, Wiener, looked all right. So, yeah, it hasn't quite happened for him at Roma, but quite highly thought of. Looks like it'd be one... I'm going to go on the cards there, mate.
On the cards.
Yeah, they're the two at the moment that I think they look like they could happen. So, yeah, don't know an awful lot about him, but he's coming from Roma. Can't be too bad.
I'm sorry, Nick Jackson. Ooh, are you for real? You failed your Bournemouth medical and we're really disappointed.
Yeah.
It didn't happen, did it? I thought.
Can't believe that.
What was it, like hamstring? Like they checked the scans and all that, and it looked like his hamstring wasn't particularly good. We knew he had a bit of an injury, but it looked to be worse than what it was.
It sounds like they knew he was going to be out for a little bit with his hamstring injury, and then when they looked into more detail, they thought he might not be back till mid-March. Is it worth getting him in for that sort of fee when we kind of need him now? I saw that Villarreal kind of said they're quite happy it fell through because I think they said that he'll probably be worth double in the summer. It was that sort of player. He is a good player, but unfortunately, typical that we didn't quite get it done, which is a real shame because it was done deal. Well, it was just the medical really, but anyone that watched the channel will know we've had a certain Richard Jackson, who's had his own medical problems of late. So as soon as we got a Jackson in, he messaged me going, "There's no way he's going to pass the medical."
Wow,
what are the chances of that? But Nicky Jackson, it's going to be. What do we do for this on the cards? Because it was on the cards and then fell through. So I guess we put it in that. But obviously, little asterisks on this one.
On the cards, fell through. Okay, next then we're going to go to Nicolo Zaniolo.
Yeah. Now, what's going on with him?
What is going on with him?
I ain't got a clue.
That is one of the weirdest transfer sagas I've ever seen. So basically, tell me, he's at Roma, and then he's basically made it clear that he doesn't want to play for him.
Yeah, and they want him out.
Yeah, and they want him out. And so apparently Blake and Hughes like flew out. Everyone's on their flight trackers. Everyone's on Flight Radar 24. Get a life. Honestly, like tracking flights from Bournemouth Airport. Like, oh look, there's a little plane going. Is it?
You do that sometimes when we're recording. You go, that's from.
Yeah, but other
you
people
do know it.
Yeah, but I was making a point about other people doing it.
Oh yeah, but you have the app, don't you? Is that what it is? Isn't it?
Yeah, I have the app. Okay.
Okay, all right. But yeah, no, it does seem a weird one, mate. It looked like, and it seems legitimate that we did fly out there.
Yeah.
Not we personally.
Yeah.
Did we? Who knows? But yeah, we are representatives on board, whatever. Went out there. Rumour wanted to give him to us, but he went, "You're right, thanks."
Yeah.
By the sounds of it, he don't really want to go. I've seen I think there's been protests and stuff.
Yeah, they have.
They hate him.
But then he's been his agent basically passed on the message to say no. But then he himself seems to be interested or something, and they're trying to sell them the project at AFC Bournemouth and all this kind of stuff. But obviously, it's a hard project to sell, isn't it? Really, and ultimately, it doesn't look like it's actually going to happen, mate.
No, I know. It sounds like we've gone there. We've kind of said, look, they want you out. This is what we've got going on here. Do you want to come? And it sounds like he's gone, there's not enough juice in the goose there, mate. There's not enough juice in the goose, so I'm not coming. If you know, you know. But yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. It's definitely legit. Definitely legit.
Juice in the goose.
Just leave it. If you know, you know. Do let me know in the comments. It's a renowned saying, mate. Everyone knows it. You should know it. But yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to happen, but it was definitely legitimate. So I guess we have to put it in seems legit. I don't think, but it wouldn't shock me the way this saga's going if we turn this off and he signed.
Yeah.
It's really weird. It's a difficult one. I think we had a similar thing with Arnie and this kind of, are we dodging a bullet here because of their ego, their character. I think we don't know these people. They want the best move for them. If he isn't sold on what we've told him, then he's got every right not to come to us.
True, yeah, true.
I'm not going to suddenly tarnish his whole character because of it, but Roma certainly don't want him at the moment, mate.
What about Milos Kerkez then, mate?
Yeah.
He plays for AZ Alkmaar.
That's it, yep.
And he's Serbian, represents the Hungarian national team, though.
Yes.
I must admit, I don't know much about him, but I have seen his name bandied about.
I think there was kind of more than just Twitter chat. I think there were a few reports in papers and certain journalists saying that we were looking at him. This was kind of right at the start of the window, maybe even the back of the summer actually, because he can play left back. We need a competition at left back. Obviously, we mentioned that earlier. But I think that's why it's not going to happen, because we then got Vina.
Right.
It seemed like this rumour stopped happening when the Vina rumour come through. So I think
okay.
he might have been the backup option to Vina, maybe.
So it was what, legit or just paper
Yeah,
talk?
I'm going to go paper talk, because
Yeah.
I don't think there was anything truly legit. But I kind of got that the rumours, there was maybe something in it, because we were looking at left back. But Vina seemed like the one we wanted more. So that one doesn't look like it's going to happen.
So I think nearly every player that we've done so far has been from abroad, have they? I don't think many have
Pretty
been,
much,
if
mate,
any, have been
Semenya,
for a British club.
obviously, yeah.
Apart from this one, Rod Stewart.
Ross, not Rod.
Rod Stewart.
Ross, not Rod.
I was thinking we
Waker,
could have a
Maggie,
concert.
yeah.
I thought we could. All right. Well, if we can't have Rod, I'll have Ross.
Yeah.
He's Scottish, plays for Sunderland, doesn't he? He's,
Doing really well.
Yeah, he's doing really well.
Yeah, banging them in, and I don't think there was anything to this, to be honest. I think it's one of them. We've brought in some players from the Championship quite a lot. He's doing well at Sunderland. There might be a few clubs of the Premier League that are struggling that might take a punt on a good Championship striker. We kind of done it in Semenya in the end, haven't we?
True.
But I didn't see anything legitimate in this apart from a few little banded about on Twitter. So put it in the bottom, wide of the mark. He might get a move soon. But to be fair, I think Sunderland's probably a good club for him to stay at.
Rod Stewart, wide of the mark. Ross. Taron Moffey. He plays for who?
Lorient. They all do. Goes down the same route as kind of Enzo Lafille, mate, to be honest. I think because of the fact that we've got these links with Lorient now.
Lorient.
It felt like we were going to get one of them, then we got Ouattara, and it made me feel we're probably not going to get the other two. I mean, imagine if Foley went and nicked another one off them. I mean, they've already put a few banners out, mate.
Surely, and this is I'm going to come on to this, surely we should be giving someone back.
Yeah.
If we're going to do that, someone that could perform well that isn't maybe wanted at Dean Cook. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah,
but
certainly something that will happen in the future, I think.
Yeah, but in terms of him though,
I think this is wide of the mark. I haven't seen anything legitimate. I think West Ham was one that felt a little bit more legitimate. I think even Southampton at the time. There was a few looks. He's doing basically their three top players have been Ouattara, Lafille, and Moffey.
Yeah.
So we get an ownership there. We're going to be linked with their three best players. That's the way it is. I think we got Ouattara through the door, and that was that really. Don't think this was going to happen. I think because they've lost Ouattara, I think they'll be hopeful they don't lose him as well. But maybe a last minute for West Ham, someone like that, who knows? But at the moment, he ain't going nowhere.
What about the American Weston McKennie, plays for Juve, and this sort of happened halfway through the window, maybe the first part of the window. We were thinking, bloody hell, if we can land this guy, we've done well. But as it is, doesn't look like it's going to be Bournemouth where he's going to, eh?
He's going to Leeds, isn't he?
We all wait Leeds.
Yeah.
We loved him earlier, but
we don't like him again. I don't know if there was anything. I don't know. It felt like when I first saw it, as you say, mate. When I first saw it, I thought, "You're joking! Like, how are we going to get him? There's no way we're going to get him." And then it felt like, actually, is there something in this? Could we get him? And then I didn't realise that it looked like he was kind of going to leave Juve. Yeah. Obviously, they've had their own problems at the moment, so I thought, maybe there's something in that. But then he's going to Leeds, and it didn't really materialise for us, and it does look like he's virtually nailed on for Leeds, mate. Well, I feel like was it legit, or was it just paper talk? I'm trying to remember if there was any sort of journalist that kind of said, no, this is happening. I don't think it was ever happening. No. But there was certainly a fair amount of rumours, so I'm going to whack it in paper talk, I think.
Paper talk?
Yeah, but it looks like he's going to Leeds, mate, so fair play.
But, mate, I mean, this is going out on Monday night. This is going to change.
Yeah,
we'll probably sign one of the people in Wide of the Mark now, just to absolutely do us in. But have you heard any other rumours that we missed out? I suspect there might be. I mean, some people were mentioning like Nat Phillips.
I think that was just Liverpool.
Matt Ritchie. Oh. Damari Gray. Did he get mentioned?
Lewis Graben, Royce Wiggins.
Yeah, Lewis Graben, Steve Cook.
Yeah, there were ones that we haven't added in there. I think Nat Phillips is a good shout. And it's literally because Liverpool have probably gone, he's available. So everyone's gone, we've had him before. But I don't think there's anything actually from us. Similar with Ings, who ended up going to West Ham. I think it was kind of going because he's been here before. But there was nothing to them at all, I don't think. So there could be a few. I mean, there'll probably be names we haven't heard of that will join that queue by the time we stop recording, mate. Probably about 10 minutes. But we'll see what happens. But there's 3 in there and on the cards. So that'll mean we'll be getting, Nico don't count. So 2, hopefully, through the door at least, I would have thought.
In terms of our outgoings then for Bournemouth, there's a defender that has captured the hearts of fans in Scotland.
Well done. Very good. But yeah, he's certainly not over the hill at the moment. Doing really, really well. Thank you. Doing really well. They love him. Not surprised. He's at that level. He's going to be a good centre off.
Doing really well.
Probably a good move for all parties, really, because if we can get him back as a better player, then
some of the comments from Hearts fans on Twitter have been exemplary. They absolutely think he's quality, and it's so hard in the Premier League because it's a shame there's not a level of football that is just slightly less competitive, where you don't have to loan them out to someone else. Kind of like you've got the Premier League football, then you've got our development squad, and the gap between the two is so great. It's very difficult to blood the players that like him that you would love to perhaps be given a chance to. And when there are other defenders that we've got that have played ahead of him, he's had the odd Carabao Cup game, and it's a shame, but he seems to be thriving. So
I mean, to be fair, I haven't seen enough, but every time I've seen him, I don't know what you feel, I've always thought he's fine. We went to Norwich, didn't we? And him and Celestia, and I remember thinking he looks better than Celestia at that point. So hopefully he's still one that will come back and do a job for us. I think Jamal Lowe's doing really well at QPR as well.
Yeah, he is.
He's got a goal.
And his first match he got an assist as well, didn't he?
So they like him, which doesn't surprise me. He's a good championship player. He's shown that for loads of clubs, including ourselves. Mike Connor's ain't got going yet, but obviously he's went back to Denmark. Good move for him.
Should we have been more savvy and got rid of these? So that sounds like really not nice when you're sort of treating them as like discarded rubbish or whatever. But should we really have maybe got rid of these at the start of the season? Maybe. I think had we got the personnel in, maybe we had. We would have.
We might not have had that great night in Norwich if it weren't for Mark Condes.
Of course, yeah.
And to be fair, I think the Everton Cup game, Jamal Lowe played well. And I think I kind of got it at the time. Let's see if they can make an impact. And weirdly, I think that Forest game we had recently, without Solanke, you thought if Lowe was there, he might have come on for more at the end, just to give us something different. So, is what it is. But I think they're probably good moves for all of them, mate, to be honest. If we were to go down, hopefully not, then I think all of them could play a part, to be honest. So we'll have to see what happens on that one. And the only other one, we're talking about these players coming in, and there will be players missing out on the squad as we currently are. There's been a few little murmurings about Stacey. Could happen, but I think with Fredericks' kind of injury record, not sure. We obviously briefly mentioned if Travers maybe got on loan, but the one that seems to be heating up,
Sriki Dembele, Auxerre in France,
and a few Championship clubs looking at him as well. Not surprised.
They used to be a regular UEFA Cup team, Auxerre, but not so good now. No. But it's such a shame though. Such a shame, because what's he done wrong to not get the minutes for AFC Bournemouth? I don't quite know. And I sort of said, I put a tweet out, a bit tongue-in-cheek without mentioning any names, a bad workman always blames his tools. And for him to get, cast asunder, like really, I don't know what it could be. I think he's a really explosive player. Maybe he's so explosive that he's not one that will conform to the rigid team tactics at the start that Gary O'Neill maybe wants to set up. Yeah. And as a result of that, he's perhaps not best fit for us. I don't know, but
it's weird. I personally don't get it. He seems to be on the same lines as me, mate. I'm not going to put it all on Gary O'Neill, because I think there was similarities with Parker that you felt like he could have been utilised a little bit more. But yeah, the facts of the matter are, he come in last January, didn't he? Come in, got a last gasp winner against Blackpool. I remember coming on against Bristol City, scoring an unbelievable solo goal. He also made a lot of impacts off the bench in away games. It might have been Blackburn, a few games he'd come on and really changed the game. And then you move up to the Premier League, think, okay, he'll probably be a sub again. Every time he comes on, he makes something happen.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, the Brentford game, I don't think we'd had a shot, and then he come on the pitch, suddenly we have a shot.
Yeah.
And for some reason, we just don't seem to want to give him a chance. I don't know why we're not using him more. And I'm not saying he's the type of player that will keep us up. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I don't see how he can't give us more of an impact than, say, Ryan Christie, Junior Stanislas. I don't really understand why we're just going, no thank you. And it felt like Parker was going to do that, didn't it? When we went to Norwich, he wanted in the squad because it looked like he was going to Besiktas in Turkey. So there's something not right, but yeah, for him personally, I'd go, mate, because he's a good enough player to go and play football, whether that be Championship or in France. But you mentioned it briefly earlier about us maybe giving clubs.
Wouldn't it make sense maybe to give him to Lorient? Just for on loan?
Yeah, it would.
It'd be like perfect fit as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
I think it'd be great for him.
Yeah, so not sure. Yeah, maybe they don't fancy him, but yeah, that's certainly one. And brief mention to Gav Kilkenny, who looks like he's coming back from Stoke to then go to Charlton, I believe, which makes more sense. League One, I think he needs to be playing week in, week out. Yeah. No point in him being out on loan if he's just sat on the bench. I know he's had his injury problems, which hadn't helped him, but I think Charlton, middle of League One, he'll rip it up if he's fit. So yeah, that'd be a good one for him.
It's only Monday night, and look, there's 24 hours to go, and anything can happen between now and then. Here on Back of the Net, the home of AFC Bournemouth content, we've got you covered. There'll be videos throughout the day with the people that report on what's going on. If it needs it, there'll be a live tomorrow night. So literally, make sure you've got your notifications on, because if we go live, it'll be like that. So notifications on means you have to hit that bell. Hopefully you're subscribed already. If you're not, hit the subscribe button. Just next to it, there will be a little bell. When we're live, we'll ping you a message. We will put a quick tweet out as well, but it's not going to be a scheduled show. But throughout the day, we're going to have loads of content lined up.
I'm just having a quick look just before we get off. There's nothing right now. Looks like Everton are going for Conor Gallagher, mate. I hope they don't get in. That'd be a good signing. But yeah, nothing at the moment, but I'm sure that'll change quickly. It's going to be busy, as it always is. I mean, last January was mad. I thought we wouldn't have another one, but who knows? The only difference this time, as we briefly mentioned there, is if you want to get loads of bodies through the door, some are going to have to be left out the squad or leave. So yeah, and we're not sure. There's a few players in there, and there's Stanislas Brooks in particular. You don't know. Kind of the injury stuff. So yeah, we'll see, mate. But lots of things are going to change, I think.
And then on Wednesday, we'll be wrapping it all up on this channel as well. Before we're getting into the preview content so that's Brighton, and then also we've got some videos lined up, like the Brentford away day review. We've not done that. We'll do a double header the following week. Yeah, so we'll do Brentford, we'll do Brighton, and then after that, have we got some club that's got a manager that we kind of? I've heard of him.
He's back. Eddie's back. Homecoming. I don't know what I feel about it. We got Brighton first, but yeah. Feels really weird, doesn't it, that he's going to come back in the opposition dugout. It's going to be odd.
And, speaking of clubs it is. Speaking of clubs that are doing amazing in the transfer market, and their setup is incredible, are our next opponents. Brighton. It feels like they sell a £50 million plus player nearly every week. I mean, it's just a conveyor belt, isn't it? What their staff are doing, we can only be jealous at the quality and the tactical nous of their staff. Their whole system seems to be super.
Do you watch him the other day as well with against Liverpool? Like Matoma. I mean,
what a
unbelievable.
Goal! What a goal!
They've lost. Who was it? Ben White, Cucurella, Bissouma, Trossard. They've all just gone for. I mean, that Cucurella, I don't think he's very good, by the way. They got 50 million for him. I don't know how they do it, and you just know that if Caicedo, who's linked with Arsenal, if he ends up going, they'll just find another one, mate. It's really impressive, and It's going to be a really difficult game, and they play some good football. So we're going to have to, backs to the wall, make it a bit nasty and try and skank something, hopefully. But well-run club. I think them and Brentford at the moment seem to be the two that they're, not massive football clubs, but really being run in a good way. Hopefully we can bring in some gems now, mate. Yeah,
stay tuned. So remember to hit that subscribe button and then the notification bell. Like this video as well, and also comment below on any rumours that we may have missed out on. And remember, if you want to help us out as a channel, go to afcbpodcast.com/coffee. You become a monthly member, and every month there'll be a different prize that's given away. This month it was this bad boy, the Panini 2023. You can get this, by the way, at panini.co.uk and from all good newsagents. 10 sets of stickers as well, plus more prizes being given away soon, just for becoming a member of this very channel. Tom, it was fun. Tomorrow, it could be funner.
Let's see, mate. Let's see. Looking forward to it anyway. Come on.
Up the chairs.
Come on.
See you in the next one.
Semenyo, always believe in yourself. We've got to keep the chant going, and we've got Semenyo. It works. Get in.